All right, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever it may be for you. Welcome to my first video. Today, I'm gonna jump into what goes through my head before a trade, during a trade, and after a trade. Basically, showing you guys my routine, what I'm looking for going into the markets, how I'm gonna be placing my trades, so on and so forth. Digging right into it. The first thing I'm going to do always. I like to hop onto the market maybe an hour before open. So I trade the New York Open 9:30 Eastern time. It's 8:34 right now, so I like to just get a good view of the market, know what I'm dealing with, know how volatile the market's been. So I'm not just hopping in blindly at 9:30, right? So first things first, I hop right onto forexfactory.com. I try and find any news for the day, see what's going to be impacting the market, see if there's any heavy news, because I don't want to be trading and get stopped out midway because Trump spoke or some shit like that, you know what I mean? So today, as you can see, we have 3 red folders for US dollar, which is going to be impacting it, and it immediately shows because, as you can see, 8:30 a.m. we have this huge 1-minute candle, right? So obviously it has a high impact. It's going to be changing how I might be trading today, but I'll show you guys what I'm going to be looking for other than news. Deciding a bias on the day, you know what I mean? So going into my daily, here I actually have one marked out right here, but I'll remark it for you guys. I'm basically looking for any key levels, whether that be liquidity sweeps, SMT, fair value gaps, so on and so forth. Right here on the daily time frame, we have clear fair value gap just to the upside here, which is something that we could definitely be pushing into. This gives me a bit of a bullish confluence on the day, bullish bias, or whatever you want to call it. I actually do have an indicator that makes it super easy to find. As you go on, fair value gaps are super easy to find. They just start popping right out at you, like right here. Found another one right here. Boom, boom. That's a fair value gap. Boom, boom. Another fair value gap that we're actually reacting bullish out of right now. But they start popping out at you like no tomorrow. But when you're just starting, I suggest there's a fair value gap indicator right here. It basically just points it all out for you. As you can see, we're actually in a smaller one that I didn't see, so that's why having this is nice sometimes. But yeah, this indicator basically shows you some of the stuff that you may miss or may not see right away. It's nice just to know, or just to have in the background, you know what I mean? So I may as well have it. So on the daily, we are inversing this fair value gap. We're coming towards this one, so I'm pretty bullish on the day, honestly, from the daily. If you go into the 4-hour, I'd like to confirm it just on 4-hour and the daily, just because they're both high time frame confluences, and it proves my point. We're reacting bullish out of a 4-hour fair value gap, and I'm gonna be looking for buys today, honestly. Maybe a retracement into, if you go down to 5-minute, we could see some big fair value gaps being created. We just reacted bullish out of this one. So now I'm going to be looking for a retracement, hopefully near market open, and catch the buys to the upside. Just to make my chart easier to read, I also like to go to back to the higher time frames, the 4-hour to 1-hour, and I will mark out the clear draws of liquidity. So right here, and we'll be safe and throw one down here. I don't think it's going down there today, but it's always better safe than sorry, you know what I mean? So you go to the 1-hour, yeah, may as well throw one down here. Okay, yeah, there you go. And then to the upside, we got to draw liquidity up there. And when's our next closest one? We got maybe one here and one here. I've got another indicator called liquidity swings from Lux Algo. It just shows you basically what you're fucking staring at already. You know what I mean? It shows you the spots of liquidity, but it's there if you need it. But now that I have these marked out on a chart, I have spots where I can put my take profits. You know what I mean? So market open, it's a little bit harder with a huge news candle. You know what I mean? Because it's not typically fucking like this, but we want a nice clear entry, maybe a retracement into a fair value gap, and we can start placing our take profit here, maybe one in the fair value gap, and if we want to leave a runner, we can leave one even up there, you know what I mean? But we'll see how the day goes, see where it's taking us, see how volatile the market is, play it all by ear. Not everything can be robot, mechanical, do this, do that, do this, do that. there has to be some reaction, and just keep it the least amount of emotional as you can. Keep it more analyzing the market. Next up, and this one's pretty essential, I like to get some music going, you know what I mean? Get some peaceful music to calm the brain, keep me, smooth. We like to throw on some Spotify, you know what I'm saying? I got the trading playlist here, it's all just chill music. Most of them are beats, but, I got some normal songs in there. I love to listen to music, so in the background, that just keeps me calm. It's a nice psychology tip. It's a pretty common one, but just throwing some music in the back, calm, enjoy your time while you're trading. It's the most important thing. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to keep doing it. It's not going to stay consistent. You want to enjoy your time every morning when you clock into work. So may as well do that at fucking home. You know what I'm saying? You work for yourself, so enjoy it. You live by your own rules. Real shit. So things to keep an eye out too is that 4-hour and daily fair value gap are still just above. The daily fair value gap is a very strong key level. We could reach into that, but it reacting out of the 4 hours is very possible. So that's why there's no time for any haste decisions or impulse trades. I sit, wait, stay patient, and wait for an open setup. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm going to be switching my buys here, there, doing whatever. I want to stick to my plan, stay calm, just trade directly to my plan. It's the only way to keep pushing forward and grow. You know what I mean? These accounts are only going to build if I fucking stick to the strategy. So will yours. Another little tip, get a little snack. Especially if you're trading in the morning. You don't want to be staring at the charts too long and, getting fucking hungry and impatient. It's just going to piss you off and ruin your day. So it's in the morning. I don't typically eat too much. So I just got some yogurt. You know what I mean? Just something to sit in the stomach and so I'm not hearing that bitch growl the entire time I'm trying to focus on the trades. It's a good little tip. Keep your hands busy. Keep you from placing those trades. I'm in the backseat just waiting for my strategy to show itself. You know what I mean? Till then, I'm going to sit here, eat my yogurt in peace, and enjoy some music. You know what I'm saying? Another reason why I only stay on the 5-minute chart, or at least only trade from the 5-minute chart. Once I'm in a trade, I like to switch between the 1 and the 5-minute just to see if there's any confluences going to the opposite side, and maybe I'll end up pulling early. But when I'm looking for a trade, I like to stick on the 5-minute. As you can see, look here, I'll mark it out just for the ease, but I mark out this 5-minute and I go to the 1-minute chart, and boom, you can see how many different fair value gaps it's created along this line where it was just this one 5-minute. If I were to place a buy out of this, who knows it doesn't want to come down and grab this 5-minute. It could very easily respect out of this, but I'm much more comfortable waiting for it to touch down into this or not even take the trade at all than to be risking it on a 1-minute, because there's been too many times where you get stopped out and then you go into the 5-minute and you go, shit, there's a fair value gap just below that I didn't see. Sticking to the 5-minute will save you that hassle too many times to count. You know what I mean? So it's better to just stay patient and wait. Your setup's going to come 100%. It's all about just patience and waiting. I'm going to be saying the same thing. It's rinse and repeat over and over again. As you can see, and already it's fucking flying down out of there. As you can see, as we're getting close to open, we got 5 minutes to open. We've already inversed one of those 1-minute fair value gaps. We're close to inversing a second, and we're coming close to that 5-minute fair value gap now. So it's time to just sit and wait. We're actually reacting over 5-minute I didn't even see. Don't know when that came there. I must be blind, but I'll sit and wait. I'm more comfortable waiting for a bigger one, but it's getting close to market open. I'm just gonna leave the recording running. I'll just speed it up throughout this whole thing now. I'll see you guys when I'm placing a trade. And it's reacting bullish, so I'll be looking for an entry now. It's definitely something that I like to see. We wait for it to stabilize a tiny bit, and then I'm in there like somewhere. We look for confirmation, and I'm in. All right, so market's open. It's throwing us into the trade. It flew back into the 5-minute. So now we sit and wait. If it wants to stop us out, it stops us out. This is our set and forget tactic. We place our trade, we place our stop loss, we place our take profit. Now all we can do is wait. This is according to our plan. It's according to our bias. I'm optimistic. You know, if it's a loss, it's a lesson at the end of the day. So it's time to wait, sit and wait, and let's see what prevails. So as you can see, I just threw in a partial. So once it gets up to that first sell limit, it's gonna take out half my trade, and then the other half will be taken out at the previous high. So we hope for the best and set and forget. Let's go. All right, first partial has been smacked. We've already up $586 on the day. Hopefully we can get to our next take profit. But yeah, I'm pretty optimistic. We can now move our stops to break even. Let's change this to one lot actually, and sell. There you go. So we're now at break even. If it stops us out, we're still up $500. I'm happy. But we'll see. Let's let it play out. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna take my profits there. If you're happy with the profits, take them. It's the best thing I could say, because there's been too many times you see profits. It's very, very volatile and it flies down. I saw a 3-minute fair value gap and it started reacting pretty volatile to the downside. So I pulled my profits. I made $1,000 on a day and I'm happy with it. Could have made 1.7, 2 grand, but I'm happy with my money, and at the end of the day, I followed my rules, and here I am. Tomorrow's a new day, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all of you. Leave a like, follow, subscribe, anything you want to do. If you want to join the Discord, that will be in the bio. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time. As you can tell, I'm probably pretty happy that I pulled my profits. You know what I mean? Because as you can see, after I took my money out, it flew down and hit stop loss. So I'm very happy with how I reacted. I was watching on the 5-minute, but once I'm in the trade, I scaled down to the 3-minute and saw a fair value gap. Once I saw it reacting very heavily to the bearish side, I pulled out my money and made my grand on the day. So I'm happy with that. Again, see you guys next time. I'll be trading next on Monday, so maybe I'll make a video. Let me know how you guys like this type of content. I mean, it's something I can do if that's what you guys like. And join the Discord, subscribe, like, let me know. Easy. See you next time.